Welcome back to Boyos Network. My people, I'm back here again with another Ogbonge and interesting news. Anarchy looms in Rivers State. As you're seeing it now, Rivers State is experiencing a full-blown dictatorship in the state as we speak, because you see what is happening right now. The president of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has modified the power of the sole administrator of Rivers State in conducting this forthcoming local government council election. You know, there has been a lot of agitation concerning this forthcoming election, to the extent that the INEC chairman, Yakubu Mamadu, has come out to say that this 30 days notice is illegal. And according to the law, it requires at least minimum of 90 days. That was the same reason why the Supreme Court declared the election conducted by Fubara null and void. Now, the president of Nigeria, who is supposed to be upholding the rule of law in the country, is now the one going against what the Supreme Court have said concerning this. Guys, a lot of illegalities are really happening in Rivers State. So, my people, I will leave you with this lawyer for you to see the way the lawyer, a barrister, analyze what is happening in Rivers State. He's a Rivers State man, so you understand better what is happening in the state right now. Now, people are asking, where is Nyesom Wike? Where is Nyesom Wike? Because before Fubara went ahead and conducted that election, Nyesom Wike was up and doing. He was all over the social media calling on Fubara that he was going against the constitution of the land, to the extent even the APC chairman, Tony Okocha, they were the one that filed the case to the courts because of these dates, this minimum of 90 days. Now, Nyesom Wike is not talking. Fubara himself is not even opening his mouth to come out to defend himself, to even question what is happening in Rivers State. If not for anything, where things they work out normal. If not be say Fubara don't go shift for church, take a Bible, take clean yash. By right, he's supposed to come out and question what is happening in Rivers State based on the fact that I did this thing, I gave them 30 days, the Supreme Court nullified it. How come you guys are still going ahead with the same 30 days? What happened? It's just exactly what I did. Guys, a lot of illegality is happening in this country. Illegality and criminality and rascality is happening in Nigeria. And after, they're going to blame the youth. People are blaming the youth now. The youth are doing a lot of things that is against the law. What do you expect? They are learning it from the superior. They are learning it from the leaders. Where our leaders have now made themselves above Nigerian constitution. What do you expect the youth to do? Some of my people, I would like to hear your thoughts on this. Please drop your thoughts with us in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I beg, help me to share this video. This video really needs to go. Make people they hear. Say, what did tinubu they do for Rivers State? It's illegal. Funny enough, people have been crying. A lot of people have been saying, in fact, make we just check them. Right from the day of the suspension up to now, everything that has been happening in Rivers State has been unconstitutional. How can a president run a country without obeying the constitution of the land?
As the proposed date for the local government elections in Rivers State draws close, many will be looking to see how the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission, under the leadership of Dr. Michael O'Day, will perform. Some people have questioned his appointment and expressed concern about the chairman's resolve to continue with the exercise of conducting council polls. Well, joining us on the show to discuss the upcoming local government elections is Chetam Nwala, a lawyer and indigene of Rivers State. Good morning, sir, and welcome to the program today.
Good morning, and thank you for having me once again.
All right, Chetam, real quickly, what's going on in Rivers State? There are lots of accusations here and there. That number one, that the sole administrator has now been given so much powers, and he pretty much runs the election cycle. Secondly, they are talking about a provision in the law where they are saying that at least there must be a count-up period, I think of about 30 days. And a lot has not been observed as regards that. So what is really going on? What is the deal about the sole administrator?
Mr. Rufai, I want to inform you today and the generality of Nigerians that what is happening in Rivers State today is an unusual situation we have found ourselves. I think we have entered a full-blown military dictatorship in Rivers State, where from the actions of Mr. President and the sole administrator, we have seen that the Constitution of Nigeria and every law within this particular nation and within the state has been clearly suspended. Because when you look at the local government law, vis-a-vis our Constitution, you look at the constitutional provisions and look at what these guys are doing in the state today, you would ask yourself, where is all these things coming from? Now, from the look of things, the sole administrator has gone ahead to appoint a reset board, and they've now given a 30 days notice to conduct the said elections. Recall that we had wasted millions and billions of Rivers resources and naira to conduct the previous elections that was annulled by the Supreme Court on the basis of the 90 days notice which the then RISEC board did not follow. Now we are repeating the same issues that had created some of the tension we saw in the state, that made the president claim to have, that made the president to rely on some of these issues to have declared a state of emergency in the Rivers State. Now the president is repeating the same thing. Now, the president is repeating this whole thing. This morning, I saw on social media a gazette dated 22nd of July, 2025, where the president is saying that he has suspended parts of the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission Law, 2018. And you ask yourself, does the president, or does the state of emergency, the constitutional provisions that establishes state of emergency section 305, does it give the president the powers or the National Assembly powers to suspend any part of our laws within the Rivers State, even in a state of emergency? This is the type of situation we have found ourselves today. So the president is acting arbitrarily and not traverse the constitution of this particular land. And let me state this: if there has been a law where such a law is inconsistent with the provisions of our constitution,
wait.
as enshrined in section 1 sub 3.
Can I ask you a question real quickly? Do you have the authenticated gazettes or the one you saw on social media? Do you have the authentic gazette as released by the government?
No. What I saw was what I stated I saw was what I saw on social media.
Okay, on social media. So isn't it best as a
on
lawyer
social media was what I saw
for us to get the authenticated gazette by the government as released rather than social media? We cannot...
No, the minister, recall, Mr. Rufai, recall that the minister of FCT has also alluded to the fact that the president has powers and has suspended sections of the Rivers State Electoral Commission law. So that reason, that by the minister of the FCT in his media broadcast on Monday or thereabout, it also just supports what I have seen on social media. It doesn't negate it in any way. And if you also say, he also stated on the issue of the 30 days notice, which the Supreme Court has said, no, you must comply with a 90 days notice. So tell me, is the president now, the president can now sit down, nullify a Supreme Court decision that actually made or created tension within the Rivers State to create further tension and to make Rivers people spend further money in the Rivers State? I tell you, this president has something against Rivers people. But the last time you said no, the president does not have something. But when you look at the actions of the president, it shows clearly that there is something the president has against Rivers people, which is not in the best interest of Rivers State.
You see, I keep asking, what's your evidence that the president has something against Rivers State people? What's your evidence?
Mr. Rufai, if you would agree with me, look at the incidents that have happened in the past couple of months from the declaration of the state of emergency. Remember, we have stated clearly that the president shouldn't have declared a state of emergency in the Rivers State on the grounds that all the political impasses in the Rivers State that led to the declaration of state of emergency, that the Supreme Court had settled them before the president declared the state of emergency. So there was no need. He should have even waited, but the president never waited. Now the president went ahead to state that the declaration of state of emergency was as a result of the bomb blast and the governor not even constructing the House of Assembly and all that. Some of the issues the Supreme Court has also captured, and it was also discovered by the president, by the company operating that facility, stating that what happened to the facility was just a minor thing, and that they have continued oppression. Now there are states that need the declaration of a state of emergency that the president has not actually done. The president has been silent about it. Look at what is happening in Benue. Look at what is happening in Plateau. Look at what is happening even in Mina. Look at what is happening over there.
Okay,
And you ask yourself, what exactly is going on?
Okay, Mr. Nwala, yes, I think that there are some valid points there. However, it's important for us to just always ensure that we're dealing with the verified evidence and the verified releases and gazettes as they are being communicated. But let's talk about the general feel around it, because I've watched several commentaries where, of course, people are feeling that it is an illegality, in their opinion, for this election to be conducted under the watch of a sole administrator, just as we saw the appointment of the State Electoral Committee as well being done under this process. However, it looks like it's going to go through, and by August 30th, elections will hold. What is the general consensus from people on the ground?
I can tell you for a fact that a lot of persons are not happy about it. Civil society organizations, political parties, some political parties are withdrawing. Civil society organizations are also going to court, approaching the court to decide or to look at the issues, the illegality going on in Rivers State. You know, one of the problems we have, or I have with this President Tinubu's administration, is that it has done everything it has criticized previously. And when you look at what is happening in Rivers State, the president and his advisors do not give recourse to the laws of our land. So they do whatever they feel or they think is right in the circumstance without even giving recourse to our laws. You can even see from the Nigerian police to the DSS to every sector of this particular nation. You can't find where these persons are obeying the constitution or the laws of this land. And you ask yourself, what exactly is happening? Are we in a full-blown military dictatorship? If the president has declared himself as a civilian dictator, so he should come up plainly and state so. And let me also state this: our courts are not also helping matters in these whole things, in everything that is happening. The courts are not also helping matters, because you could recall.
I'm so sorry to interrupt you there, Mr. Henry.
What law did President Tinubu use to swear in the sole administrator, Chief Bogete Ekweibas, the former chief of naval staff, and why the option of that particular person? You know, the problem with Nigeria is that we spend time talking about a problem than the solution.
Yeah.
So we want to continue to talk about it. Tinubu did not suspend the Rivers State governor because he thought it was right. Okay. He did not suspend because he believes it is wrong. He did it because he knows he can do it and nothing will happen. If President Tinubu thought it was legal, he would have even waited for the National Assembly to pass.
Yes,
before the National Assembly ratified the memo he sent, he had already sworn him in. And the Senate is supposed to vote with a two-third majority, more than 70 votes. They decided to use a voice vote. We are using illegality to cure illegality. But the question is, why did we get to that point in Rivers State? We must address the root cause. A former governor believed that he became so powerful that he single-handedly made somebody governor. And so therefore, according to Nigerians, they say they have agreement is agreement. This agreement is likened to two thieves struggling to share what does not belong to them. And instead of the owners, who are the Rivers people, to wake up and say no, we want to insert ourselves, they say no, it's agreement. This agreement is the Commonwealth of Rivers State people. That brings us back to the elections I'm talking about. Z, Edafi, Debbie. So the more than 8 million people in Rivers State do not know how to choose a governor. They wait for their former governor to pick. And then if he's tired of that person, he can decide to weaponize the National State House of Assembly against you.
Somebody else.
If you do not go back to fix a system where your people can vote a leader and he's answerable to you, that is why today Fubara is like the PA to the minister. They are just moved. They say they don't do one RNG. Exactly.
That's what I was going to say.
Everybody just they do. The peace be like they set coal of fire on that one. Force everybody to sit down. So everybody we have
everybody's breathing in and out.
That peace will soon be exposed. The way it is going, because there can be no peace without justice. Any peace built on injustice is peace of the graveyard. So that is where Rivers people are. It is up to Nigerians to wake up and say it is about our lives, not political godfathers. If not, the shenanigans will continue.
It will continue.
Tinubu cannot try that in certain states. He knows why he did that.
Wow.